Hello everybody, this is Peter the Rock and it's a Sunday, 22nd of September, and guess where I am? Yes, Reading, 10 points to you. Now interestingly the buses are yellow and blue and grey. I don't know what that means, but I don't want to just show you that. I want to show you this statue. I don't know if you can read it because it's engraved, not engraved, it's sort of a raised script. But it says His Majesty Edward VII, King of Great Britain and Ireland and of the British dominions beyond the seas, Emperor of India, and so on. And to make sure, it actually says Edward VII, and there he is. And he's like Queen Victoria, who's elsewhere in this town, similarly commemorated. He's got a 10-pin bowling ball in his left hand. Does seem to be a bit of a theme. Obviously the royals were very enthusiastic 10-pin bowlers back in those days. Now, interestingly also, I think, there's another view of him wearing his coat. Perhaps it's an unsuitable garment for 10-pin bowling, but he's one of the few people who give his name to an era, and you can buy a book called The Edwardians by Roy Hattersley. Well, you used to be able to. I did this and I would love to recommend it, but I haven't read it. It looks a bit thick. Here it rattles on a bit about the coronation of His Majesty King Edward VII in 1902. Of course, as we all know, Victoria, the late Queen, died in 1901, having established a new record for longevity for monarchs in this country, 64 glorious years. I think people would say that in inverted commas. That's the word, glorious rather than years, or maybe not. So there we are. The secrets of the royal family are out. Very keen on 10-pin bowling, and like to name eras after themselves. Of course, Victoria named an era, surprisingly called the Victorian era, and it's still referred to. There are societies, I think, where people actually relish or like the ideas of the Victorians. Edward only reigned until 1910, so there he is, his coronation 1902, 8 years, and that's your lot. And he's wearing a rather pretentious hat, if I may say so. It's kind of like a crown, a cross between a crown and a sort of hat you'd wear to a stag do. Perhaps he did. Perhaps he was on his way to a stag do with his 10-pin bowling ball when somebody thought it'd be a good idea to capture him in statue format, because of course they didn't have video cameras in those days. This is, you see, with Peter the Rock, you don't only just get views of things, you get history. Now, I don't know why some buses are yellow and some buses are blue. It's possibly because they ran out of yellow paint when they were painting the yellow ones, or blue paint when they were painting the blue ones. I just don't know. It does tell you, though, on the back of this bus, that it goes up to every 12 mins. Oh, there's a purple one. Oh, my cup runneth over. There's so many bus colours here. Those of you who like buses would be ecstatic. A taxi over there is multicoloured. They seem to like colours in Reading. I don't know why. So this is a little snapshot of the scenery, the ambiance, as I like to say, as you know, dear viewers, of Reading Station. It's Sunday the 22nd of September. This is Peter the Rock wishing you well. Smile, like and subscribe. It all costs nothing. Thank you very much. Cheers.